Hey everyone, my topic today is blockchain security and cryptography. We hear about blockchain everywhere: Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and even supply chains. But the big question is, what really keeps it secure? How can we trust a system that has no central authority controlling it? That's exactly what I'll be explaining today. The role of cryptography in blockchain, how it ensures security, the challenges it faces, and where it's applied in the real world. Let's move on. Okay. Blockchain is basically a distributed ledger, meaning instead of storing data on one central server, it's stored across thousands of computers. This makes it very transparent and resilient, but it also raises an important question. If no single authority is in charge, who ensures the data is safe? The obvious answer is cryptography. Cryptography ensures three things: transactions can't be tampered with, identities can be verified, and everyone in the network agrees on the same version of history. So, in this presentation, I will cover the cryptographic methods used in blockchain, its built-in security features, the challenges it faces, and real-world applications like Bitcoin and supply chain tracking. Cryptography provides three key principles, often called as CIA triad, which we know: confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity. What is confidentiality? Only the right people can access the information. Integrity means once data is recorded, it cannot be changed. Authenticity is proof that the sender is very genuine. In blockchain technology, this means only the wallet owner can authorize spending. Transactions can be altered after being recorded, and every transaction can be verified. For example, if I send one Bitcoin, cryptography ensures it's really me sending it and no one else can claim those coins. So, moving on. Blockchain uses several cryptographic tools: hash functions, public key cryptography, digital signatures, and Merkle trees. Hash functions like SHA-256, which act like a digital fingerprint for data. Public key cryptography, which generates wallet addresses from private keys. Digital signature, which proves that the owner approved a transaction. Merkle trees, which let us efficiently verify thousands of transactions inside one block. Think of this like a toolbox. Each toolbox has a specific role, but together they create an ecosystem where trust is built without the need for banks or middlemen. I'll explain two things in detail. Where hash function. A hash function takes input data and produces a fixed output. For example, the word hello hashed in SHA-256 becomes 2CF24. As we can see it here, I have given an example. But if I just change it slightly, like capital H hello to small h hello, the hash changes completely. This is called avalanche effect. In blockchain, each block has its own hash plus the hash of the previous block. This forms a chain. If someone tried to change even a single transaction in old block, all subsequent hashes would change, making the tampering obvious. That's why we call blockchain immutable. Going on to digital signature. Digital signature uses public and private keys. For example, Alice wants to send a Bitcoin to Bob. She signs the transaction with her private key. Anyone in the network can verify it using Alice's public key. This proves two things. The transaction was really made by Alice and it hasn't been modified. Without digital signature, anyone could forge a transfer and blockchain would collapse. Okay. Consensus mechanisms. Consensus mechanism solves the problem of agreement in decentralized system. In proof of work like Bitcoin, miners solves complex problems. It's very secure but energy intensive. In proof of stakes, validators are chosen based on how many coins they own and lock as stake. This is much more energy efficient, and Ethereum has now switched to POS, which is power of stake. The idea is that the attackers must put in significant resources, either electricity in POW or coins in POS, to cheat the system. That makes it highly impractical to attack. Blockchains are considered secure because of these features only: immutable, decentralization, transparency, and resilience. What is immutability? Once data is recorded, it cannot be changed. Decentralization is no single point of control or failure. Transparency, everyone has a copy of a ledger. Resilience, even if some nodes go down, the system keeps running. This is why many industries, not just finance, are exploring blockchain for secure record keeping. Let's move on to challenges. Security challenges. Okay. But blockchain isn't perfect. Some challenges include 51% attack, which means if one group controls most of the mining power, they could rewrite the transaction. Sybil attacks. Fake identities overwhelm the system. Smart contract bugs. Coding mistakes can be exploited, like the famous DAO hack in 2016. Quantum computing. In future, it could break today's cryptographic methods. Key management. If you lose your private key, your assets are gone forever. So, blockchain is secure, but it's not invincible. Then, what would be the countermeasures to tackle these issues? Developers design strong consensus mechanisms. Smart contracts undergo audits and formal verification. Multi-signature wallets require approval from multiple people before spending. Researchers are working on post-quantum cryptography. Governance models help blockchain adapt and evolve. These countermeasures aim to make blockchain safer for widespread adoption. Let's move on to some real world applications. Cryptography in blockchain isn't just about cryptocurrencies. In e-voting, it ensures fairness and prevents fraud. In supply chain, it verifies product authenticity from origin to consumer. In healthcare, patient data can be shared securely. In DeFi, blockchain enables secure loans, payments, and investments without banks. So, the scope goes far beyond Bitcoin or Ethereum. Blockchain is impacting many industries. We will see one or two real world applications in detail. The most famous example is, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first real use of blockchain. Every transaction is signed with a private key and verified with a public key. Mining through proof of work ensures no one can double spend coins. What's powerful here is that millions of strangers who don't trust each other can still transact safely without needing a bank. That's a revolution in finance. But blockchain goes way beyond money. A great example is the supply chain industry. Imagine buying medicine. How can you be sure it isn't counterfeit? With blockchain, every step is recorded, from the manufacturer to the distributor to the pharmacy. Cryptographic signatures verify authenticity at each stage. So, if someone tries to fake documents, the blockchain exposes it instantly. Consumers can even scan a QR code to trace the product's history. Other areas are just as exciting. In e-voting, cryptography ensures votes remain anonymous but cannot be tampered with. In healthcare, sensitive patient data can be securely shared with authorized doctors. And in DeFi, decentralized finance. Blockchain enables loans, payments, investments without middlemen like banks. So the reality is, blockchain isn't only about Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's technology that's impacting many industries. To summarize, cryptography is the backbone of blockchain security. It ensures confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity. Blockchain is powerful because of immutability, transparency, and decentralization. But we must remain cautious about attacks, bugs, and quantum threats. Bottom line is, blockchain is secure but not unbreakable. Its future will depend on cryptography evolving to meet new challenges. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. I'll be happy to take any questions from you in my comment section. Thank you.